How much do you agree with enemy of my enemy is my friend? Fuck no. If it's a Nazi, absolutely fucking not. That's ridiculous. Holy, that is so crazy. Baron Trump and the bro vote helped sway the election. What happens next?
In a big week for the Manosphere. Figures from this proudly anti-feminist section of the internet, made up of influencers.
My analysis is peer-reviewed and tracked. Next election, if you want Dems to win, I think you need to do your support for Republicans so it drops them around 2.5 to 4% so the Dems can retake power. I think it's important to reconsider. Yeah, I'm going to support the Republicans next election so I cost them the elections. You're right. The irony is, if I were to support the Republicans, I would get so much more prominence. My life would be infinitely easier if I supported the Republican Party. Do you understand? Like, think about all of the shit that I have to deal with on a daily fucking basis from all these psychopaths out there because my politics are not even aligned with, like, the Democratic Party to a T. I'd be in this video right now on Vice News being like, this man is the man single-handedly responsible for giving Donald Trump the bro vote, working out every day on his Instagram stories and explaining to people why you must vote for Donald Trump to save America. And that's right. Here you can see him doing the Trump dance, singing along with Yo voy a votar por Donald Trump.
True, guys. Trump's in the White House.
Pundits, comedians, streamers, and podcasters are still reveling in Donald Trump's triumph. Trump! And claiming they played a big part in helping him win what is being called the gender war election.
I need an abortion!
Get fucked.
Many of them have spent the days since Trump's victory mocking female voters.
Guess what? Guys win again. It's your...
Like, this guy does not represent the bro vote, by the way. Like, this is an entirely separate thing. Like, I think the Nelk boys do represent the bro vote to a certain degree. Joe Rogan, certainly. Andrew Tate, even, I would say that. But, like, this dude is just a fucking gross incel neo-Nazi, right? He's not, like... I don't think he has motion like that. I don't. These guys literally, like, he is LARPing as, like, a Korean misogynist, okay, in the United States of America. Like, the level of hatred and vitriol that this fucking dweeb has. Who's that? Oh, it's Destiny's former friend, American Nazi, Nicholas Fuentes. Don't ask Destiny if he thinks he's a Nazi, though. He'll ban you. Maybe he might have changed his opinion on that, actually. But back in the day when they used to do collaborations, he would routinely defend that he was not considered a Nazi.
Your body, my choice.
As a president who was found liable for sexual abuse, ponders whether to radically redraw abortion rights across the US.
I'm president. I want to protect the women. I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
No, Hasan, they were never friends. They just debated once, according to a former friend of yours. I love Ethan's, like, final evolution, which is, like, defending Destiny. And also by way of that being like, no, Destiny did not elevate Nick Fuentes' platform openly. And ban members of his community for saying correctly that he was a Nazi and this was dangerous. And regularly debated people on whether or not he considered Nick Fuentes to be a full-blown Nazi or not. Oh, that's right. He did do that, actually. That's crazy. That's wild. But hey, these guys, the real people fighting anti-Semitism out here, you know? Wait, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, one second. And
when we talked a few times after that, he was saying, oh, I think you've changed. I think that you're like a Christian nationalist.
I still think he has changed. That's why we had the whole argument over whether or not to call him a Nazi. I don't think they're as far right as they used to be. I've already said that. That doesn't mean that I don't think he has the same fucking, you guys, you realize that you are just as fucking retarded as Nick is, right? You guys are the same. Nick hears me push back against his shit, and Nick is like, oh, you think I'm just as right as I was? No, I don't think that. You guys don't think I push back enough, and then you guys are like, oh, you think he's not as far right as you guys, how does everybody... I don't know if I have to communicate better or if there's just more layers of emotional bullshit that I have to fucking chew through with you fucking morons to try to make you understand what the fuck I think. Clearly speaking, plain English is not enough. Clearly speaking, complicated English is not enough. I don't know what it is to punch through, you fucking morons. I don't know how to get it across people's skulls. I don't think they're as far right as they used to be. Oh, so you think he's a suckdem now? You think that he's a good person? No, I didn't fucking say any of that shit, you fucking morons. You guys are just as stupid as they are. I hope you realize that. I'm talking to all of you in my audience. You guys are just as fucking dumb as these people are. Holy shit.
This is because his community was like, hey man, that's a neo-Nazi. Like, that's a Nazi that you're prominently defending and propping up.
It's unreal the amount of fucking babysitting I have to do for your minds to make you understand simple fucking English.
Like, look, his own community.
Now, I don't think you're a Nazi anymore, and I think you mean what you say. And we had a few good faith conversations, and then since we got on Sneeko,
Nick Fuentes on the end of his friendship with Destiny. Like, yeah, this is the anti-Semitism destroyer. If you search his Reddit about it, you'll find multiple threads, all posters banned for saying Nick is a Nazi, Lamau. Yeah. How much do you agree with enemy of my enemy is my friend? Fuck no. If it's a Nazi, absolutely fucking not. That's ridiculous. Like, Myron has actively tried to fucking collaborate with me actively throughout this entire process. And now he's given up on it. And now he just like shits on me on fucking Twitter. And he's like, these Jews will never love you. You keep saying anti-Semitism is real. And he doesn't understand that, like, I don't like him because of his anti-Semitism. Okay. And it's so fucking funny because, like, in his mind, he thinks like, I don't get it. Like, I'm pro-Palestine too. It's like, yeah, dude, you're also a Holocaust denier. Why the fuck would I ever collaborate with you? I don't agree with you. So no, the enemy of my enemy is not my fucking friend. Okay. Yeah. What do you want me to do? Collaborate with fucking Sneeko, Andrew Tate, and Myron? Fuck no. Or Dan Bilzerian. I will always stand by my fucking principles. That's the difference. Okay. No. Yeah. Bro is still the enemy. Okay. Very much so. I will say it like this. Okay. Ethan Klein has actively advocated to deplatform me and ban me for the past month. And I would, in every single scenario, prefer him over someone who is anti-Semitic and a Holocaust denier. Okay? Every single scenario. Now, I don't know how he feels on this issue, but it is not even a question for me. Okay? It is not even a question. Like, not even a contest. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There is no world in which I would ever fucking find myself collaborating. Yeah, I mean, there it is. Destiny's incorrect. Nick Fuentes does outwardly meet his definition for a Nazi. Destiny's personal definition of a Nazi, he explained on stream, had 3 core elements. Look at, oh my God. Look at this fucking thesis. I'm happy to chat with whoever banned me. I think I've been pretty good faith about everything I put forward. Hi, I received some good pushback for parts of this post, and some not so good. But unfortunately, as I'm perma'd, I can't actually reply to them. I don't want to drown this post in edits. Feel free to message me if you have questions. Now, Destiny will always, or his community will always fucking point to, so a genocide denier is better than a Holocaust denier? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Absolutely not. But I still, in spite of all of the things that Ethan has said about me and has said about Gaza, I still think he is infinitely easier to convert and snap back to normalcy than someone who has completely given up on the notion of like a historical atrocity that has taken place. Okay? That's it. The Holocaust is a genocide that happened. There is currently a genocide that is happening. He's defending D and Nick. I don't know. I mean, it's ridiculous. Maybe he's like super fucking far gone off the deep end, but it is shocking. You have to let him go. I already have. I'm not saying that. I'm simply presenting this as a, just so you guys understand. The enemy of my enemy is not my fucking friend. Okay. There is no reason to excuse or defend Ethan's behavior. I think he has. I don't know. I think he's lost in the sauce. I just found out today that most of the Circle's people's content is parasocial farming, their own interpersonal relationship with their chest to watch like a reality show for the most. a social freeze online. I know.
He took on this hall monitor role where he's like,
Put on his stream.
Yeah, I'm not defending Ethan, by the way. I'm just saying that, like, I think I would have a much easier time. Still, you know, albeit it's still impossible, but I think it would be easier to change Ethan's perspective right now than it is to change someone who like actively denies the Holocaust. Like, there was a moment in time where Ethan, aside from this last like conquest against what he perceives as me being a anti-Semitic terrorism defender, there was a point in time when he was like openly aware of Israel's apartheid regime and actively talked about it, which means that there's still somewhere down there where, you know, I hope that there's still some kind of understanding there. Let's get back to the bro vote. Do I think E is genuinely Islamophobic? I think a lot of people are Islamophobic, and Ethan, I do think, has a healthy dose of Islamophobia, yes.
The White House. Though plenty of women voted Republican, the gender war election framing has been pushed by some of the world's loudest voices. Elon Musk, Trump's biggest supporter in recent months, tweeted, "The cavalry has arrived. Men are voting in record numbers. They now realize everything is at stake." The top reply came from the notorious influencer and accused rapist and human trafficker, Andrew Tate. His summary of the election? It's men versus gays and chicks.
We have a new star. A star is born, Elon.
Many have criticized the world's richest man for stoking the fires of gender conflict, and some have pointed out that more young women voted Trump than they did in 2020, with support increasing from 33% to 40%. Yet the increase in young men voting for Trump was even higher, jumping from 41% to 56%.
Trump's support is strongest among young Republicans, Gen Z, and young millennials,
giving him a crucial edge in what's being described as one of the most consequential elections in US history.
Fuck Kamala. Trump 2024!
And Trump's secret weapon in securing the so-called bro vote appears to have been his gigantic, chronically online 18-year-old son, Barron.
Barron Trump. Hey, you're pretty popular. He might be more popular than Don and Eric. We gotta talk about it.
Barron Trump, along with his MAGA influencer best friend, Bo Loudon.
The strategy is reaching an audience that you know, maybe isn't being recognized. Joe Rogan obviously picked President Trump. I helped set that up too. I definitely talked to some people about that.
Were tasked by the Trump campaign with helping to reach out to Gen Z men.
Donald J. Trump!
And they did it through their favorite influencers, many of whom were name-checked live from Trump's victory podium by UFC boss Dana White.
I want to thank the Nelk Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bussin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
Aiden Ross is one of them, a 24-year-old streamer whose career highlights include being the man who sniffed Andrew Tate's chair after interviewing him and hosting a live stream with the incel and white supremacist Nick Fuentes.
Dude, it's actually like a pleasure to talk to you, bro.
A close friend of Barron, Aiden Ross hosted Trump on his stream in August of this year.
My son Barron says hello. He's a great young guy, but he's a big fan.
Yeah. The platform, you know, other people who have platformed him are currently on a vengeance quest to claim that Twitch is anti-Semitic, okay? Like, here's Nandre, who is a streamer on this platform and a friend of the show. The image on the left is fake. This image on the right is a screenshot of an emote on Aiden Ross's kick stream. If you actually care about anti-Semitism, tons of really gross, hateful people actually do something about over there. Oh, nice change. The change went live. That was fast. Excellent work, says Dan Can't Tweet. Putting this fucking gross anti-Semitic meme on sensitive social issues. This is a real emote. Here's what the Kick co-founder had to say. The fact that it has to be said the image on the left is fake shows us the state of Twitch more than anything else. The image on the right was a user's emote that was removed as soon as we became aware. Unlike other platforms, Kick has never banned Israelis and all are welcome. The fact that we believe this says a lot about you, actually, is amazing. Okay? No, man. That just says a lot about how stupid you are. You own a fucking platform, you dumbass. And the person who had this fucking emote quite literally is right here hanging out with one fucking Holocaust denier who advocates the lower age of consent, saying, oh man, I'm so excited that you are fucking, side by side, talking to an open fucking out and about neo-Nazi. I feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit, you know? What a stupid fucking state of affairs. People are talking about how anti-Semitic Twitch is for mistakenly, in my opinion, like a major fucking issue that I have with it as well, unbanning Sneeko and Fresh and Fit, only to fucking turn around and make these call out posts from YouTube where those guys still stream. This is the one thing you were wrong on, unfortunately. After the Aiden X Trump live stream, the dudes did not look into the background of Aiden like they should have. Yeah, no, I talked to Taylor Lorenz about this. And the thing that was really interesting about that was that the culture, like the culture reporters are just gone. They're basically non-existent. Like the media, legacy media publishers have just completely dropped the fucking ball on understanding how these guys operate, what they fucking see. It says a lot about society that I believe this fake image. It's like, no, it just says a lot about you, you fucking idiot. It doesn't say a lot about society at all. It just says a lot about you. It says that you're a dumbass. Here's another version of the events. Destiny's good friend and co-host making a fake video to make it appear that Hasan has played a Nazi anthem is a weird choice. Okay? Like, Mr. Combating Anti-Semitism is over here fucking fantasizing about me playing a Nazi song when I never would do that. That's crazy. The funny part is that this fake clip arguably breaks less rules than the original. Nazi Germany doesn't exist, so it isn't a propaganda state. This isn't directly produced by the Nazi government, doesn't call for violence or war, etc. And then he ends up defending in a hypothetical that he created. In a hypothetical scenario that he created, a fake scenario that he created, he then ends up defending me playing the Nazi song, which is insane. Well, he is a kick streamer after all, so that's not shocking. Here's him saying the N-word. Wait.
Bro, are we doing the fucking show? Collins? Please.
Whoa. Discord. Jesus Christ.
Hutch said that.
Sure. Live on YouTube.
No, that's you that just said that.
A 50-year-old man, by the way. Lee's races cake streamers. They're so edgy, man. I mean, on their podcast, Destiny has openly said the N-word as well, so many times. This should be the end of that campaign? No, they don't give a fuck.
Okay, it's the way to go.
I'm sick of the anti-Semitism, so I'm joining Kick, the most anti-Semitic mainstream website aside from Rumble, maybe. Tis Dan Saltman.
Stop interacting with DGG chat too. Push people. Get used to pushing people to your Kick chat. Okay, it's the way to go. It's the way forward, Dan. Okay.
No, I already set up a deal with Kick. Doesn't matter on that stuff. I'm already good.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Stop allowing groups like the ADL and Destiny stop interacting with DGG chat too.
Yeah, these guys definitely really care about anti-Semitism and are not like cynically claiming that I'm anti-Semitic. The picture to the far right was the head mod of LSF. Oh yeah, the head mod of LSF is a massive Destiny orbiter. He used to be a person in this community as well years ago. And so if you're wondering why LSF is so brigaded all the fucking time, that's one of the funniest parts about it is that, like, not only do they very obviously brigade LSF to oblivion, and it doesn't really have a lot of motion, but it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, I think a lot of people think, like, why isn't this getting people to, like, change their minds about Hasan? I don't understand. And it's like, no, not RTBA. No. He's a DGG guy who used to be a former Twitch staffer. Now is the LSF head mod. Look at this shit. Here's D's friendship with Myron.
13 minutes, hour long.
He's smart and manipulating people that follows him.
Yeah.
But he's not a smart guy. He's actually a fucking idiot.
He's a contrarian by nature. That's like what he does is like debate and argue. I get along with him. We have a respect for. He's in Miami. We have a respectful relationship. We disagree on everything though, but it's crazy.
In all my years doing content, I have more respect for Myron than any other individual. He is the only person that I have seen that will consistently go into areas where there's so much like laughing and jokes and fun times to be had right here if he was shit on me, but he doesn't. He won't do it. He's the only person I think I've known in like my entire professional career who has like a large like independent career that's
Reason
not
to
like
do it.
yeah that wouldn't do it. Him calling you contrarian is he did when he calls me contrarian, he just means I like to argue a lot, which is true I do, but he doesn't mean it in like the super malicious way. But yeah, I give him a huge credit for that. But anyway, okay.
What did he lie about?
Yeah. I wonder what Ethan thinks about all this. I'm sure Ethan will look at that and still say like, "No, you don't understand. Like, they have a respectful relationship." Myron throws out more anti-Semitism than anyone besides Fuentes. I know. Huh. It's just weird because, you know, Ethan is really worried about anti-Semitism because, you know, Sabra hummus being like bad. That's peak of anti-Semitism. His favorite content creator here saying, I actually have much more respect for Myron than anyone else. Myron, who is a Holocaust denier himself. Ethan would be like, "Oh, well, you know, he's just the edgy guy. I really like him." Weird. He's defended 2 Nazis so far. Nope, not 2. More than 2. More than 2. Not 2. He's defended Lawrence Southern. He's defended Sam Hyde. We need a better way to combat all of this. Lawrence Southern is better than the online left, according to him. It's on your Reddit. Yeah. What is this? Footage of Destiny going on a racist rant, dropping the hard R as surface?
I don't need to go and study biology to know that fucking stupid. I don't need a PhD in criminal background to know that just fucking commit more crime and do more drugs. And I don't need a...
This clip is of Destiny... What? Is cut out of context to make Destiny sound racist. Destiny was responding to a Ben Shapiro conference. This has to be AI, right? No, it's not, man. Were you stupid? It's so funny that he's doing this face when he's like, bro, you're just as racist. Like, the fuck do you mean? God, I can't stand any of these motherfuckers, bro. They're all so goddamn annoying. Community noted. Excuse me. It's out of context. He was actually defending black people while saying the hard R. We are so back.
What up?
Dude, I don't get it. This guy's the Democratic Party's Joe Rogan, guys. What are you talking about?
What's up?
What up?
No!
For a minute, I thought this was AI. No, this is like, I've been kind of offline the past couple of days, and I think it serves a good litmus test for determining who the normal people are in this conversation. Yeah. Right next to him, the guy writing about advertisers leaving Twitch, for the record. Yeah. That's the guy talking about how advertisers are fleeing Twitch on his Substack. Right across from him is the guy that's also his second in command on the podcast. A real meeting of the minds here. What is the context in the community knows? I need to see it. The context in the community knows is probably the longest video.
Want to hear it? This is the same argument given. This same argument can be given to a million other things, right? I don't need to go and study biology to know that niggas are fucking stupid. I don't need a PhD in criminal background to know that niggas just fucking commit more crime and do more drugs. And I don't need I don't need a background in whatever to know that are fucking unnatural. I don't need to get a biology degree to know that fucking like are just weird as fuck and don't belong in the internet, right?
Bruh.
These are the same kinds of arguments that uneducated people can make because it plays into sociology.
Yeah, he was making an argument about what uneducated people say. Like he was actually defending black people in the argument when he was saying the N-word with a hard R. Thank God Ethan is combating anti-Semitism with Destiny. Yeah. Yeah, no, these guys are activists, dude. They're activists. Never mind, you're being sarcastic. No, I'm not. In his mind, he does think he's making a reasonable argument against how racist people think. He's like, oh yeah, this is how racist people think. It's a tactical slur. It's a waste of time talking about him. I mean, is it though? There are thousands of people that see like one fucking Jubilee video on TikTok and think like this guy is a real Democrat warrior, okay? Not realizing that a congressperson is actively supporting this guy and following this guy. A black Democratic congressperson by the name of Richie Torres has worked with him and the other guy. Losing a debate to a podcast?
Other creators into teaching moments for your audience.
I try to, yeah. Like the last round of this was like so laughable to have this conversation and like with adults, but
Are we bringing up Destiny? Is that what
yeah, I was about to say like
yeah, I wasn't gonna name names.
Yeah, no, there's a content creator who like loves debating, doesn't really care about any of the things that he debates about, but like he will assume like ridiculous stances, ridiculous positions. He's relatively skilled in rhetoric, not necessarily very knowledgeable on the issues, but rhetoric.
Not knowledgeable. Not anyway. So here's my 52 TikTok video thread for shit that I learned today about like, oh my god.
Very long way in debates, but beyond that, this dude is very edgy. Loves saying gamer words, the N-word specifically.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, when you think of Destiny, oh, Destiny, he's the guy that loves saying the N-word. That's like definitely the totality of what I do. God.
I mean, that's weird. It is though. Why are you? I don't understand why he's so embarrassed. I mean, he does it, and he has defended it over and over again.
God, he's such a disgusting snake worm. Fuck.
Recently, I feel like that happened recently.
It happened like 2 weeks ago, where he said the N-word on a podcast.
And then 2024
said the N-word on a like, bro. Oh my, it's like the pearl clutching I would expect from like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, I'm the one demonstrating the mentality of a 17-year-old, not the person who's defending saying the N-word on a podcast a week prior to this fucking conversation that I was having and then defending it. You're simply lying, Hasan. That is simply not true. Okay, if I show you the exact moment where he said it on a podcast, because he already admitted it, and he's saying right here that I'm pearl clutching, as in this is not a serious issue to get mad about. Will you say that you're wrong and then commit to subscribing to me and becoming a loyal warrior?
Dipshit.
15 minutes.
Go again.
Wait, what did I say?
He's smart in manipulating people that follows him. But he's not a smart.
Because this is the clip that we're talking about. And right before it, he was like, I'm going to say the N-word.
What's up?
What up, Nick?
No!
He also likes genocide and baby murder. Hasan, I was attention seeking. I believe you. I'm sorry. You fucking idiot. Okay, well, that's not all I do. Yeah, that is a funny argument to be like, listen, yes, I do defend white people's right to say the N-word, but that's not all I do. There's a whole bunch of other slurs I say as well.
I feel like that happened recently.
It happened like 2 weeks ago, where he said the N-word on a podcast.
And then 2024
said the N-word on a like, bro. Oh my, it's like the pearl clutching I would expect from like a 17-year-old.
Someone said 19 days ago. Look at his community throwing up the soy face. Oh, soy saying the N-word. They are so mad, Lamau.
And we have people getting really upset about the word cracker.
Yes.
Destiny sue him for slander? What the fuck? How is he gonna sue me for slander? He did say it. Like the easiest way for this to not be a problem for him is to just not say the N-word. They can switch up so fast. At the same time, they're pretending to care about anti-Semitism, and now they're soy-facing someone calling out racism. I know. There is no real conviction here. Years ago, a D-fan tried to convince me that his N-word manifesto wasn't actually about the N-word. Actually, the level of delusion. The other level of delusion is that they claim that I agree with him. They've made like documentaries on it. His community is so insane. And this has been going on for fucking 5 years at this point. What is this? To be fair, that is what you're recognizable for outside of this community. And then this is my favorite Destiny Dick Rider commentary. Hasan, you're literally obsessed with Destiny, Lamau. He's made like a post about him daily. 50% of his streams are about him. Even talked about him on this podcast, lol. First of all, they brought him up. Secondly, not only is that fucking insane, it's additionally insane for someone in the Destiny community to claim this. Nonstop for the past 5 years. He has nonstop talked about me for the past 5 years. The E subreddit is now glazing loner box. Like, clearly that subreddit has been completely invaded by Disney supporters. Is disgusting. Yeah. Now they want you to not talk about him. Yeah. fucking 5 years of endless harassment, clips out of context, openly trying to get me banned, sometimes successfully getting me banned, like the cracker brigade that happened. And then God forbid I hit back a little bit, you know, just a light tap. This is not even like there is an endless well to be tapped with Destiny's depravity. He gets in his own way. I would love to never talk about him for the rest of my fucking life. Ever. It'd be great. I did it for 4 fucking years of the last 5 years. The Israel stuff was like the last straw for me. Stop the cap. You literally can't stop talking about him. It's funny that you can finally say his name, though. That's hilarious. When you can't debate current Destiny, we have to travel to past Destiny as a standard. The one you were friends with. No, that wasn't the past Destiny that I was friends with. Actually, that was years before the past Destiny that I thought had actually no longer believed those things. I was wrong. The way y'all treat Destiny is disgusting. I've been here for nearly 5 years. I didn't know shit about D until 2023. I know. Did he become divorced then like this, or like this then divorce? Oh, well, he got divorced twice, so I don't know. Yeah, listen, I don't think people understand. I watched Hasan for years. Yeah. It's just weird. It's just weird because, like I said, if you key search Hasan on Destiny's YouTube channel and then do the same on mine, you will find like 4 videos total, and 4 videos total from this past year, I would say. Whereas he has like probably 200, 300. If you key search Destiny on my Discord, there's like 4,000 mentions. If you key search Hasan on his Discord, as people have done, I think it was like, what, 90,000 or some shit? And the 5,000 mentions, most of them were coming from the gaming server, which is, you know, where they're talking about the video game Destiny. I promise you, I like that you're hate watching for 4 years for him while simultaneously talking about me being the obsessed one. I'm paying his rent, his child support, everything for years and years. You should be thanking me. Paying the goddamn bills. Let's get back to the bro podcast vote.
My son Baron says hello. He's a great young guy, but he's a big fan of yours.
What's up, Baron? Yeah, Baron's awesome.
Baron also appears to have close links with the notorious influencer Andrew Tate, after the two were linked to a failed meme coin cryptocurrency.
I'm going to text Baron. Him and I talk quite often.
In private messages acquired by Vice, senior members of Tate's misogynist network, The War Room, speculated for years that the 2024 election would be a gender war, where the nuances of identity politics would fall away, leaving a direct battle between men and women. To ensure the result they wanted, Tate, Ross, the Nelk Boys, and a whole host of alpha male influencers spent election day telling their followers to go out and vote for Trump.
If Kamala's in charge, we're one period away from global destruction. We need a man in power. We need a man in charge.
When Donald Trump was announced as the next president, those same online figures were quick to gobble up the credit for galvanizing the so-called bro vote.
Bring down the temperature.
Despite outgoing President Joe Biden asking Americans to unite and set aside their differences, Trump's victory looks likely to kickstart another 4 years of division and rancor.
It was always bigger than Trump. If you take...
Isn't it weird how we've never heard Baron talk? It'd be really funny if he had like a really funny voice, kind of like Jared Kushner.
Him out now, it won't even matter. 7 people will replace him, bro.
Women across the US are vowing to stop dating, marrying, having sex, or having children with men, inspired by the 4B movement in South Korea.
We are just really sick of men's shit. This is the consequence of toxic masculinity.
An offshoot of Me Too, formed after the murder of a Seoul woman in 2016, is grown in response to concerns including revenge porn and digital sex crimes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, South Korea is the method of like... South Korea is the example of like what happens when society, when the gender wars reach its fucking peak and it just like completely collapses.
Pressing topics in the US, with women reporting an extreme uptick in online misogyny since Trump's win.
And it's like, you're a fucking retard.
In response, Nick Fuentes, popularizer of the inflammatory slogan, "Your Body, My Choice," has been doxxed. With social media users posting his home address, he's already run into trouble with the law after macing a 57-year-old
This shit was crazy. Jesus Christ.
feminist on his doorstep.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
No comment.
Get the fuck out of here.
Even within the MAGA camp, the celebratory tone adopted by people like Fuentes and Tate is causing division. Hillary Crowder, a trad-right political commentator, has encouraged the Republicans to disavow the red pill manosphere nonsense. The question of whether they will or not looks set to define the next chapter in US politics.
Did you see him, Hinkle, fighting out on the timeline? What is this? Let's see. France would be a third world nation if it wasn't for Africa. You are such a pathetic white cuck, it's unreal. You are an F word who goes on Catboy dates. When are you going to sign at Nero's contract? Your face when you see an unsucked third world cock. 3 things I can say that Nick Fuentes cannot say. I'm 100% white. I've never been out to dinner with a Catboy. I've never been in a transgender group chat. Computer enhance. Readers added additional context. This image is edited. Here's the original image from Jackson Hinkle's high school newspaper. Computer enhance. Except mine. Oh, okay. I'm not going to go all the way down there. Don't know what's happening here. Let's see what that is. Okay. There's some images on there. Never mind. Except mine isn't a fake photoshopped image. And then it's a femboy, catboy sucking on what it looks like a dildo. Was it also photoshopped when you got down on your hands and knees to worship George Floyd with a mask on? Says Nick Fuentes. How many boyfriends did your girlfriend pick up in Africa? Okay, controversial opinion. I think this is just gross across the board. Like, it's not even funny. Like, at first I was like, oh, that's funny. Haha, they're like duking it out. But like, they're just fucking gross. Like, they're both gross as shit. Like, I don't even derive satisfaction out of these fucking morons fighting one another. You know what I mean? And it's weird because, like, I thought after 9/11, there was more intra-agency communication, right? I never thought that a CIA agent would be duking it out on the timeline with an agent of the FBI. And it is always shocking to see these agencies fighting with one another, like their operatives fighting with one another. I find it odd. Stop fed on fed violence. Okay. We have to put an end to this infighting. Okay. I don't like it. I think it's inappropriate. Okay. I thought 9/11 happened because of a lack of agency communication. Like, I thought that played a formative role in our intelligence communities, intelligence agencies not speaking to one another, not clearly communicating with one another, when they could have all gotten together and done 9/11 together. You know what I mean? And it would have been more coordinated. Oh, they start calling each other feds. Stop deflecting with bullshit lies. You were left untouched by the feds after ordering protesters on January 6th to storm the Capitol and disregard police. Now you're mocking the heroic and last stand of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar if it smells like a fed. You were left untouched by your fiance after kneeling for her boyfriend George Floyd and chanting Black Lives Matter. Then you mocked the heroic last stand of Adolf Hitler. If it smells like poop, Jackson will be sucking its cock for foreign money. Here you have Jackson Hinkle. Here you have Nicholas Fuentes saying that Adolf Hitler had a heroic last stand with what? The barrel of a gun that he sucked on in his final moments? Like, what do you mean heroic last stand? Also, Jackson Hinkle saying the Nazis were trans, Hitler was gay and lost the war and killed himself. If you were to pick one of them to be a Fed, who would it be? That's difficult, but I think Jackson Hinkle is more likely. He goes in and out of spaces that I think the average American, like, an American neo-Nazi there's a lot of them out there. You know what I mean? Whereas having a guy like Jackson Hinkle be able to like fly to Russia and then come back with very little scrutiny is so wild, because I know there's Russian motherfuckers in this community who can't even go and see their family members. You know what I mean? Like he is gone to Russia. He's gone to Venezuela. Like it is definitely very sus because the American government does not fuck around with the American government does not fuck around with like foreign policy shit. Yeah, he went to Russian occupied Ukraine. Like, what is this? I infiltrated the Manosphere. This video is really good, as long as fuck, and I'm not expecting to watch the whole thing. It addresses why young men often fall to the alt-right pipeline and why the left often fails at appealing to this demographic. This video is so good and dives deeper into the topic. I infiltrated the Manosphere by Shanspeare 2 months ago, 800,000 views. In July, I created an alias account on YouTube so I could purposely fall prey to the Manosphere. I watched endless podcast videos and fan uploads of controversial stars. I allowed YouTube to mold my new account based on these habits and watched as it ushered me further down the rabbit hole. With this study, I came to the following conclusions. There's a lot we know about the Manosphere, a lot we get wrong, and a lot we can do to rescue those within it. He's huge in China. He has 600K subs on Bilibili. That hurts me. I'm jealous. God damn, dude. Holy shit.